Okay, welcome to the video on how to use tan to find angles in right angle triangles. Now up to now we've been able to find sides, okay, so we've been able to find the opposite side, the adjacent, using the tan ratio. Now we're going to look at how we use tan to find an angle in any right angle triangle, okay. So first of all, we've got our drawing of a right angle triangle. We need to label our sides. So here we have the opposite, so we label it with an O, and we've got the adjacent. Now, this is very important when we're choosing between sin, cos and tan, which we'll see later on. Alright, but first of all, if we write out our general formula, so then tan theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. Just move this up a wee bit. So therefore, tan theta, is equal to 6 over the 4. Now, at this point, you can use your calculator straight away, but I want you to reduce down this fraction just for practice and just for completeness to help this make it a wee bit easier to put it into your calculator, alright? So we've got tan theta then is equal to 3 over 2. Now, in order to find out the angle, there's a certain button in your calculator you need to use. You're going to have to use the shift button, which you've not used before, and at the end of this video there's going to be a demo how to use the shift button for this calculation, alright? So if you press shift tan and then put in 3 over 2, this will appear. Now, what that means is inverse tan. Now remember we did converse of Pythagoras. Converse was sort of like backwards, but inverse was actually doing something backwards in maths. So this is actually taking the tan off, alright? And the answer that we get then comes to 56.31 degrees, and that's rounded to 2 decimal places. So down to here it's quite simple. Then we get to this point and we use the shift button, so we press shift tan 3 over 2, and this should come up in our calculator at the little top line, and then that's the answer that we get. Okay, so if we move on to example 2 just now, alright, we can see this time it's slightly different. Our angle that we're looking for is up at the top corner, and we've got all 3 sides. So we're going to label the opposite and the adjacent. Of course, this is our hypotenuse here, and we can use that for sin and cos as well, but we're using tan just now. Okay, so we're going to use opposite and adjacent. So we have tan theta is equal to O over A. O is 5 and A is 6. This fraction can't be simplified anymore, so we move straight away to pressing shift tan of this. So press shift tan 5 over 6, then our answer for theta, the angle that we're looking for, is 39.81 degrees. Okay, so that is how we use tan to find angles in right angle triangles. So remember, what I want you to do is to make sure this is copied entirely into your notes, and you rewind me to go over things that you're not quite sure of, so that when you come in tomorrow you've got a very good understanding of how to find an angle from a basic right angle triangle using the tan ratio. Okay? At the end of this video, so just keep watching, and at the end there'll be a wee demo how you use your calculator properly, your scientific calculator, to do this line here, okay, and what buttons you press and the answer that you should get. Alright, so thanks for watching again. Welcome to this really short video on how to use your scientific calculator to do calculations involving inverse, sin, cos and tan. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take it from the first example on the using tan to find angles video. Alright, so we had this stage here with tan theta equals 3 over 2. So therefore theta equals inverse tan 3 over 2. Now how do you get this on your calculator? Well, what you've got to do is you press shift tan. As you'll see there, you have tan and then a little -1 at the top there, and that means inverse tan. And then you can either use your fraction button, like so, to put in the 3 over 2, remembering to close the brackets at the end, to get 56.3. Or, what you can do is, if you wish, you can just simply do 3 divided by 2 there, because of course that line there means divide. So you have tan to the -1 of 3 divided by 2, which gives you the same answer there, which is 56.3099, but of course rounded to 2 decimal places, that's 56.31 degrees. Okay, so that's how to use your calculator to do find an angle calculations with trigonometry.